What's up everyone, welcome back to my top 10 setups of the day series. Before we get started, make sure you like the video and subscribe to the channel to see more of these amazing setups. Today our list starts off with this fantastic urban setup from user TJ Cloutier3. They're rocking a single monitor setup that utilizes a Dell widescreen monitor, which provides plenty of screen room without taking up too much space on the desk. Below this we've got the classic Logitech mouse, as well as a keyboard that features Ink V2 black silent switches and the incredibly gorgeous GMK Deep Space keycaps. All of this amazing gear is being supported by an uplift desk frame. The mixture of brick, plant life and the RGB makes for a very unique vibe, and it definitely seems like a fantastic place for some late night gaming. Our next setup comes from big Man Tings and goes for a very fun neon vibe. The desk is made from an IKEA countertop and Alex drawers, which are always a very popular choice. You can spot an impressive floating monitor, which is an LG 34GN850. Flanking each side of this monitor is a pair of Edifier R1280T speakers, both of which are also mounted to Kanto SP9 speaker stands. Below these speakers, you can spot the instantly recognizable glorious Model O mouse, which matches perfectly with the aesthetic of the setup, and to the right we've got the Corsair IQ4000X PC case. I'm a huge fan of this setup, especially the small personal touches like the nano leaf lights and the Gundam. At our number 8 spot we've got this incredible build from a person who clearly loves both music and The Shining. The OP manages to have a whopping total of 4 relatively large screens, all of which are mounted or arranged in such a way that they don't take up too much desk space or make the area seem cluttered. The musical equipment in this setup is also very impressive, but it's also integrated in a way that is convenient and ergonomic, keeping everything near to the centre of the build but not in an overcrowding way. Lastly, the neon glow mixed with the leather chair and the Shining inspired rug really help add the personal touches to this build, as well as give it a very mysterious feeling. Next up on the list is this cool space themed setup from user XD01. For their main display, they're using a very large BenQ monitor, which is expertly mounted to take up a minimal amount of desk space for such a large monitor. Below this, we can see what looks to be a Razer Black Widow V3 keyboard and a matching Razer mouse, both of which are sitting on a very popular Grove-made desk mat. Last but certainly not least, we have to mention the wonderful lighting featured in this build. The lighting is accomplished using some Philips Hue play bars, which really helps make the desk and the monitor stand out, and it gives the whole setup a more unique feel. At our number 6 spot, we've got 2 setups for the price of one, with this amazing Vikings inspired build from Danny HTV. Starting off with their desk is a very recognisable setup from IKEA, featuring one of their countertops, Alex drawers, and what looks to be the Adil's desk leg. On the desk we've got 2 amazing setups featuring both a single and dual monitor setup, as well as matching Razer peripherals. One of the best aspects of this setup is its wonderful theming, as the OP is obviously a fan of the TV show Vikings and incorporated that wonderfully into the decoration and personalisation of this build. Here we've got a self-titled budget setup from user James Chew, who just goes to show that you don't need to spend tons of money in order to have a stunning build. They're using a triple monitor display that utilises at least one high quality and a very large display from LG, as well as what appears to be an iPad. For their other peripherals, you can spot a gorgeous Warnier K87 keyboard, as well as a Logitech mouse. The lighting in this setup isn't too crazy or over the top, but it really goes a long way to add some nice atmosphere to the build. Coming in at number 4, we've got a setup from X-Wreckers X1, who has finally moved out on their own, enabling them to create their dream setup. First and foremost, they've got 3 monitors, all of which appear to be AOC monitors that are mounted to 3 different Delaycon Universal TV wall mounts. On the desk below the monitors, you can spot an iconic Elgato Stream Deck, as well as a Razer mouse. The main piece of decoration in this setup are those amazing Art 3D textured wall panels, which add some nice shape and texture to the whole build and help catch the eyes. Next on the list is a setup from Subject Criticism 251, which is an absolute masterpiece in terms of themes and atmosphere. For gear, we're looking at a Logitech mouse, an RK61 keyboard, and a MacBook. Whilst this isn't the fanciest gear, it does lend itself very well to the minimalistic aesthetic, whilst also being very functional. The real star of this setup is easily its lighting, using a bright and cool white backlighting around the desk, and a contrasting warm orange glow from those unique honeycomb LEDs on the wall, which create a super cozy space. Here we've got a late night shot of this sleek and bright setup from Jazer 2K. This setup features 4 stunning monitors, which includes an Asus 259QM monitor. Below these on the desk you can also spot a Razer mouse, as well as what appears to be a matching Razer keyboard. I'm a huge fan of the white LED lighting in this setup, as it not only functions to lighten the area up around so that your eyes don't have to strain, but it also gives the set a unique and ethereal feeling. I'm also a huge fan of their PC, both with its matching white LEDs, but also with the way it's elevated above the rest of the build and decorated nicely with some greenery. For our number 1 spot, we're featuring a setup from TinHenson, the guitarist from the prog metal band Polyphia. This setup is absolutely gorgeous, featuring a fantastic mix of tech, plants, and of course, some unbelievably beautiful guitars. I'm also a huge fan of those really cool and unique shelf lights, which both serve to lighten the room up a ton, as well as providing plenty of room for decor. Overall, this setup is absolutely gorgeous and it seems absolutely perfect for a guitarist and musician. And that is the end of the video. If you have enjoyed it, please leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you are new and you want to see more content just like this. If you've all subscribed now, I'll see you all in the next one.